You eat right, you exercise, but you still feel drained. Here's the shocking truth: your body isn't out of fuel, it's just burning the wrong one. And that's why you're stuck in low power mode. Let me show you how to flip the metabolic switch. Hi, my name is Marc Bates. I'm a metabolic health coach, and this is part of my question and answer series. Why you're always tired, even when you eat. Okay? So let's keep going here. Here's the question. When you're explaining cellular energy production to someone who's never studied biochemistry, what's the first thing you want them to understand about how their cells actually make energy? And yeah, this is very important because you don't need to have taken biochemistry in college, okay? Or even basic biology. All this is covered in like high school biology courses. You don't need to understand that. All you need to understand is a few simple things, and you'll get the whole point about why what you eat and how you eat and when you eat makes a big difference in life. Okay? So here we go. Your cells are little energy factories, and they turn the food you eat into usable fuel, just like a car engine turns gasoline into motion. Here's the simplest way to put it. Every cell in your body needs energy to function, and that energy comes in the form of a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, right? Your body makes ATP mostly by burning fuel. And just like cars can run better on clean fuel, your body runs on clean and can run better on clean, evolutionary appropriate foods. The most efficient fuel source for your cells is fat, not sugar. That's why when you switch to a ketogenic or carnivore diet, your body starts burning fat and making ketones, another clean, efficient fuel source for your brain and muscles. Inside each cell, there's a special compartment called the mitochondria, the power plant of the cell. This is where fats and sugars, when available, get processed into ATP via a system called the citric acid cycle or the Krebs cycle, followed by the electron transport chain. It's like a high efficiency furnace designed to extract every bit of energy from the nutrients you eat. When your mitochondria are healthy and well fed with the right fuel, mainly fatty acids and ketones, they produce energy cleanly without excess inflammation or oxidative stress. So your mitochondrial power plant, so once again, these are found inside every cell, and there are thousands of them, typically per cell, if not more, right? And if you saw the other mitochondria video I had, we talked about that Ferris wheel. And you can see it here in this picture, right? This is called the Krebs cycle. And basically, all you have to know is that fuel in the form of either sugar or fatty acids go around the circle. They go around and around and around. And each time they go around, they kick out ATP. Now, which is the fuel that runs your cells. Here's the important part. Fatty acids produce more ATP per molecule of fatty acid and oxygen than sugar from glucose produce ATP. Okay? It's the cleanest, most efficient fuel source. 5 things to remember. Macronutrient choices do matter, right? Fats, carbohydrates, and proteins have a significant impact on your cells, okay? If you don't eat fat, which is your primary fuel source, your body has to rely on carbohydrates for the fuel, which it can easily do, but it's not as efficient and not as clean. And proteins are really designed for turning into amino acids, which go into building cells and other things. But if it had to, it could break proteins down to turn them into fats or carbohydrates through 2 bodily processes, but it's not efficient. And it takes energy to do that. So fat is the energy of choice. Okay, it's the optimal fuel. And particularly fats found in animal products. Okay? Carbohydrates are a double-edged sword. They can be used for quick energy if needed, but they're not as efficient as fats. And the problem is that if you overdo the carbohydrates, right, the excess glucose in your blood is toxic, and your body has to respond to that. And so it produces lots of insulin, can cause insulin um, sensitivity. It gets rid of the insulin sensitivity, and you become uh, you have problems with insulin and metabolic functions. The ketogenic advantage is that it is the most high efficient fat energy source for your body. Your brain loves it. Your heart loves it. The muscles will love it as well. Uh, but if you're producing most of your energy from ketones, they're going to go to the brain and the heart first. Okay? And the muscles will do what they have to with ketones, with glucose and glycogen, right? Brain and heart go first. And mitochondrial optimization, when you're using the correct fuel, primarily fat and ketones, you start getting more and more mitochondria built per cell, which means more energy per cell, which means more energy for your body. Very important function. Okay, just real quick here, we're talking about mitochondrial health and efficiency. So the mitochondria are the power plants of the cells. They're the special organelles that build ATP from the food you eat. Healthy mitochondria are efficient energy producers, right? If they're not healthy, then they don't produce as well. And what makes them unhealthy? Usually eating excess carbs. Optimizing your mitochondrial function once again relies on giving your cells clean fuel as opposed to dirty fuel. Dysfunctional mitochondria produce an oxidative stress, help actually make the system run slower. Your body feels sluggish, and your mitochondria just aren't working very well. But you can restore your mitochondrial health by eating the proper ancestral foods that they're looking for, which are animal fats. Okay? So, the research speaks for itself. Okay? The message is echoed across the research that I've used and I've quoted all the time, but these are ones that you might be interested in getting. There's the book Brain Energy by Dr. Christopher Palmer. He shows how mitochondrial energy production is the foundation for both physical and mental health, and how metabolic therapies like ketogenic diets restore brain function by optimizing cellular fuel. Dr. Ben Bickman, in Why We Get Sick, he explains how insulin resistance disrupts cellular energy metabolism and leads to chronic disease because cells are starved of fuel despite being surrounded by it. And finally, a textbook that I use all the time is Ketogenic, the Science of Therapeutic Carbohydrate Restriction. It explains that fat-adapted mitochondria produce more ATP with fewer damaging byproducts like reactive oxygen species, leading to healing at the cellular level. There's a ton more. These are just 3 big ones that you might want to look up on Amazon or something, for example. In short, when you feed your body the way it evolved to eat, mostly from animal-based, high-fat, low-carb foods, you restore your mitochondria and your cells can make clean, efficient energy, and that's the foundation for vibrant health. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have questions or comments, please leave them in the appropriate section. And obviously, this is a community. I'm here to help answer your questions. If there's something you didn't quite understand or something you want me to expand on, let me know in the comments, and we'll get to work on it right away. I'm here to help you. And as always, please, if you haven't done so, like, subscribe, share this video with somebody who might need it. You can help a lot of people by doing that. Thank you very much.